exactly comic book movies. I went to see Wonder Woman and Black Panther like everyone else, and I will admit, they were totally awesome. But unlike Frank, I don't have whole boxes of comic books hidden under my bed. And I can't spend hours debating with you which Doctor Who was the best, or whether the campy Batman television series from the 1960s should be considered canon or not. Know who can, though? Jones. Jones isn't bad. I mean, she's pretty cool. She's really friendly and never seems to have a problem with my hanging out with them, even if I sigh loudly and roll my eyes every time they start to act mushy. She's also super smart. She's probably smarter than Frank. Jones is homeschooled, which means she helps set her own curriculum and decides what she wants to study. So she has a wealth of knowledge about random, obscure topics, and she can spend hours telling you interesting facts about octopi. That's more than one octopus, FYI. Or the history of Barbados, or who assassinated James Garfield. It was this weird guy named Charles Guiteau. Look him up. Yeah, Jones is pretty cool. The thing is, ever since Frank met her at a book signing last month, he and Jones have been inseparable. I wake up on a Saturday morning, and whereas Frank and I used to laze around on the couch watching Netflix until noon, now Jones is there. And she's brought over some obscure DVD of a Danish movie about a shark person. And she and Frank are like making clever little quips to each other about this extremely depressing Danish movie about a shark person. And I'm like, hey, want to watch Stranger Things again? And Frank is like, maybe some other time, Joe. And then Jones offers me popcorn, and I just want to punch something. Or also, like, yell, don't you have a home? Which I know is unfair and not the nicest way to treat a cool person like Jones. See, it's not usually like this. Usually, I'm the person bringing girls around, or bagging on plans with Frank to hang out with a girl I like. Which maybe means I should be more understanding, but also means that I'm not used to having to share Frank with a girl. And honestly, I kind of miss the guy. Now, usually it's the Frank and Joe show, all the time, everywhere, with the two of us teaming up to solve mysteries and eat lunch together and make clever in-jokes about Stranger Things on a Saturday morning. So it's not bad that Frank has found someone he really likes in Jones. I get that. It's just different. But it's cool. I'll get used to it. I want to get used to it. Which is why, when Frank came home a couple weeks ago, all jazzed that Jones had told him about this Comic-Con, not the huge Comic-Con, but a small local one that was happening in Atlantic City, which was within driving distance from our house, I asked if I could tag along. Frank, bless him, was like, yeah, Joe, that would be awesome. And he seemed genuinely excited, maybe because I have a tendency to fall asleep when he tries to tell me cool stories from his comic books. And I will admit, I was kind of supposed to be studying for the SAT, which I was going to take for the second time a week from today. According to my parents, this spring break would be an excellent opportunity to really drill down and study hard. To drive this point home, my mom went to the library and borrowed approximately 3,684 SAT prep books for me to study. Who even knew you could take out that many books? Anyway, I don't love studying. Who does? When it's a beautiful spring day and the sun is shining. So here I was, in a car, headed to Comic-Con with my brother and his girlfriend, who were making moony eyes at each other. Frank, watch the road, I yelled. Frank turned back to the highway just in time to notice a Volkswagen swinging into the lane ahead of him. Whoa, where'd he come from? Anyway, Jones, did Harper text you? Who's Harper? I asked Jones. Friend of yours from the Last Names as First Names Club? She snorted and shook her head. Very funny, Joe. No, she's a girl I know from the Inkworld online community. She lifted up her phone again and began scrolling through it. Oh,